Good morning. So I'm coming to have I warmed up my baseball grid playing or whatever you want to call it with a game of Sporkle recommended by fan Eddie. Appreciate the recommendation. I'll have a link to that just because it's different and new. And it's not as easy to find with these Immaculate grids. You just search for the number and it's easy to find. So now that I've warmed up with that, um, which I didn't do nearly as well as I normally do on Immaculate Grid, probably because I was blabbering the whole time. But also I was just gonna miss a bunch, and there was some I really should have gotten, but that's all right. I'm gonna play some Immaculate Grid, low rarity score, doing what I do. Um, I'll try to get out another one of those callback videos. I think I'm on grid number what's it, 4 now, I think. Well, we'll see. I'll try to get one of those out probably tomorrow. Because I had some stuff to do today. Anyway, let's share and let's play. Pound and refresh. We got no teams. It's one of these. All right. And we have gold gloves on back-to-back days. But fortunately, there's no teams. But unfortunately, I'm not very good. I'm not very good at remembering gold gloves. So we'll see how it goes. We've got Cy Young, Silver Slugger, Rookie of the Year on the left-hand side, Hall of Fame All-Star Gold Glove on the top. As a reminder, um, they don't have to have done these things on the same day, or same day, same year. Uh, Obviously not going to be on the same day because they vote on awards on different days or they reveal awards on different days. But that's besides the point. Um, yeah, I guess we'll just kind of dive into it. Bound to be some tricky ones. I keep, yeah, I need to make sure I'm, not stepping on any landmines as well. With Cy Young and Rookie of the Year, if I can swing it. So Gold Gloves and Cy Youngs start at around the same time in the mid 50s. I believe the first Cy Young Award is 56, it's a Major League Cy Young Award, won by Don Newcomb. I don't know if he won a Gold Glove, but I do know that Bobby Shantz won a bunch of those early Gold Gloves. Both awards were Major League at first and then broke off into American National Leagues. I believe Gold Glove was first and then Cy Young. Cy Young was until later in the 60s. Like I think all of Sandy Koufax's Cy Young awards were Major League Cy Young awards across both leagues. In fact, he was defeated in the middle of his 4-year stretch. He won 3 Cy Young awards. He was defeated in the one year by Angels starting pitcher Dean Chance. But by at least by 68, Bob Gibson and Denny McLain won separate Cy Young awards. Um, so somewhere in there it breaks out. Um, Yeah, a piece of me is just thinking like who I could name some obscure Cy Young winners and be fairly confident in them being all-stars. Wouldn't even need to be in the same year. But there again, I think I could step on some landmines. Like I don't know if Pete Vukovich was an all-star. I would actually bet against it because he wasn't a very good pitcher. Um, but uh but he won the 82 Cy Young Award. Hall of Fame, I think I'm gonna go with let's go early win for Hall of Fame Cy Young because he was an early Cy Young Award winner. He goes less than 1%. Um, Hall of Fame Silver Slugger. What if we went? Could I have gotten all? Now I'm thinking I could have gone all Brewers on this one. I'm gonna go for rarity score, but then towards the end there, I'm gonna just go through and see how if I could go all Brewers. I'm quite sure no, I couldn't. I don't think I could get a Rookie of the Year Hall of Famer. I think that would be a limit. Even someone who's just swung by Milwaukee. I think that would have been the limiting one. It's actually robbing you out for Hall of Fame Silver Slugger. Let's see. Who was I gonna put here? I was gonna put here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put Joe Morgan here. And the reason I'm gonna put Joe Morgan here is that he's was a Silver Slugger very late in his career after he was winning MVPs and such. But he works for both. He goes less than 1% for Joe Morgan is pretty good. Let's see. Hall of Fame Rookie of the Year. I know from a previous video that Orlando Cepeda, whose Hall of Fame ceremony I attended, I was there for Robin Yount, but he was inducted the same year. He won a Rookie of the Year for I think it was the San Francisco Giants. I think they just moved, and he won he won a Rookie of the Year in one of the first years that the Giants were in San Francisco. 2%. Wow, that's a lot higher than I would have thought. Actually, no, it's not because there've only been, however many rookies of the year, and most of them haven't gotten in the Hall of Fame. So it's actually not that shocking. Let's see. So Cy Young Gold Glove that's gonna be a little bit of a grid buster. You have Maddox, you have Greinke. I don't think Jim Cat ever won a Cy Young award. Cy Young Gold Glove. Who else? I guess Fried won a Gold Glove and a Silver Slugger in the same year. Oh wait, he did, right? I'm remembering that right. 2021, and that was it. No more Silver Sluggers for pitchers after that. Um, and let me just keep swinging along here. I know who'll work here actually. Silver Slugger and Gold Glove is Cecil Cooper. He goes way less than 1%. That's a good number. That's a number I like to see. Yeah, Rookie of the Year who won a Gold Glove. Jeter will work. Jeter's going to be so popular though. That's going to be a tough one to navigate. Silver Slugger and All-Star, plenty of options there. That one is really about not stepping on a landmine, like I did with Rusty Greer that one time. And not for just for All-Star. I think Ranger All-Star, and I was like, Rusty Greer had to have made an All-Star team. Nope. Terry Pendleton also won't work. Chris Bryant won't work. Joey Votto won't work. Those were the three MVPs who never won a Silver Slugger. I believe Oral Hershiser, who was definitely an All-Star and a Cy Young winner. He won us, yeah. Let's do him here. Takes 0.1%. For All-Star Rookie of the Year, I've got a good option. How about Mr. Walt Weiss? He didn't have a crazy rookie season, but he did win Rookie of the Year in 88 or something like that, one of those late 80s Oakland A's teams. I guess I know they had, I think it was 88 because they had Canseco in 86, one Rookie of the Year, McGuire in 87, And then Weiss wins in 88. They win the pennant that year, lose to the Dodgers. They win the World Series the next year, win the pennant the following year. That core. But Weiss made his first All-Star team 10 years later with the Braves. And I distinctly remember it. I was watching that All-Star game. It was the first time I followed the balloting for the All-Star game. Walt Weiss made it as the starting shortstop. He goes less than 1%. So that's a solid option. Um, and then rookie of the year, yeah, rookie of the year Gold Glove. I mentioned Jeter. Um, yeah, that'll be a tricky one to navigate. Want to make Ichiro will be a big getter there. Uh, McGuire will work. Let's go McGuire. That's got to be a very Bay Area grid, actually. So yeah, Joe Morgan's from the Bay Area, won his Silver Slugger with the Giants. And it's Pato, Weiss, and McGuire. I believe Hershiser played for the Giants as well. Goes less than 1%. Okay. So now I just need any Cy Young winner who was also an All-Star at some point. It would very much surprise me if really any Cy Young winner not winning, not being an All-Star would surprise me. Um, well, no, just someone. I mentioned Vukovic. Lamar Hoyt was the Cy Young winner the next year. That wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if Willie Hernandez never made an All-Star team. Although it seems like there had to have been a narrative building during that 84 season. The Tigers being dominant. Hernandez ends up as MVP. They were dominant early. And so it would very much surprise me if Willie Hernandez was not an all-star in 1984. I just can't see them I can't see the writers. This is my logic on this one. I can't see the writers making Hernandez MVP at the end of the season if he wasn't an all-star um, during the season during the Tigers' really hot start. They started 35-5 that year, and Willie Hernandez ends up as MVP. So All-Star is essentially a first half award. Hernandez wins MVP for that season along with Cy Young Award, which is the relevant thing we're talking about. But the Tigers after that 35-5 start, they kind of they played fine. I guess they end up winning. You can math it out, but I think they won 104 games, and so that comes out to 69 wins and whatever the balance. It's like 69-54 or something like that. So it's not like a really dominant stretch. So it's really, I think he would have won for that beginning stretch. Let's go, Willie Hernandez. 1%. All right. That was a lot of talking, but I got to a 1%. I don't know if how optimal that is. Maybe another good one would have been Jim Perry. If he won, but I can't guarantee he made an all-star team. I don't know how his first half, second half broke down the year he won. I don't know if maybe Don Newcombe would have been better. Maybe, who knows? All right, so let's try to not step on any landmines with a Cy Young Gold Glove winner. There are three very obvious ones: Zach Greinke, Greg Maddux, and Bob Gibson. Of those, I think Gibson, just because he played way earlier. Greinke has won a lot of Gold Gloves. Maddux won something like 16 Gold Gloves. Gibson won several at least. And I mean, Maddox's stretch goes a while. And I'm not as up on trying to think AL pitchers who are winning Gold Glove awards, but I'm not thinking of a ton. Like, I don't know, Cliff Lee maybe? Cliff Lee win a Gold Glove? I can't say that with any kind of confidence. Uh, yeah, none whatsoever. Who are the really good fielding American League pitchers since Jim Cat, who never won a Cy Young Award? All right, I'm gonna call it here. I did pretty well for the first nine, but I'm not coming up with anyone other than Maddox, Greinke, and Gibson. I think Gibson's gonna be just because everyone knows what a great pitcher he was. I don't think his glove work is as renowned, especially among newer fans. So that's why I think I might be able to get single digits, but I won't be surprised if it's a lot higher though. Let's make sure we at least get the right Bob Gibson. Ah, so he only got a three, so that was definitely a good choice. Rarity score of 8, pretty stoked about that, as you can tell. There are 15 options, so with 34% of them being split among 14 of them, and probably 10% being split among everyone but Max and Greinke. Yeah, they had to do this, didn't they? Steve Carlton, I knew. I should have gotten that. I was not going to get Dickey. I was not going to get Guidry. I was not going to get Hershiser. I was not going to get Kershaw or Keuchel. Okay, I don't feel bad. I did not know any of these other than Steve Carlton, and the only reason I knew Steve Carlton was he's in my back pocket for Phillies Gold Glover. Because I think there was actually I think there was like a 300 win uh in Gold Glove, and I couldn't come up with anyone other than Maddox, who was like 89%. And Gibson doesn't work there because he had like 255 wins or something like that. So, yeah. So Steve Carlton I knew, but the rest I was not. The rest other than Gibson and Maddox, I would not have come up with, and I would have been wrong about Max Fried. I thought he had one. Maybe it was just Silver Slugger, final Silver Slugger ever for a pitcher. All right. Um, well, this was fun. I enjoyed doing this. I'll have a link to my Sporkle video in the description just so you can find it. And I'll be back with I think I'll do two more tomorrow. I'll do the grid tomorrow, and then I'll play one of the early grids. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll talk tomorrow. Peace.